So today's our monthly call. We have such a call every month, and every month we share with people joining us and using this platform what kind of new functionalities we have here. We have always the same agenda. So today, what we already did is the arrival. We introduce each other, we get to know new people. Then we have a little introduction about the functionalities that we present. And then usually Lucas shows what is really new on the platform. And then we have a Q&A. And in the end, we share a bit our ideas, and then we fly back home again. So we also have always a little quiz. So you see here on the right side, the picture of a plant. And there's always a question, a quiz that is resolved at the end of the call. So the question here is, what is this? Is it an underwater snail? Is it a flowering plant? Is it the tail of a bird? So you can make up your mind. In the end, we will have an answer to this. If you have a quick shot right now, you're of course welcome to also tell us what you think it is.
Except for me, right?
Except for you, of course. You're the biologist. Okay, so I move on for the time being, but it looks nice, no? It looks nice. So, and I'm already curious, maybe the next time we get a picture from Algeria, something from your nature, and then you can share with us and ask us what we might see in this call. So we did already this arrival round. So I move forward to the introduction, and maybe for some of you, a really new concept. For some of us, this is something that we see over and over again. We work here on a concept that is called triple health. So maybe, Valentin, does it make sense that you translate quickly triple health into French?
En français, tu sais, c'est les pratiques du développement durable, globalement, avec le pilier économique, le pilier environnemental et le pilier social. Et les trois marchent ensemble.
Okay, so this is kind of the foundation of our work here. We try to evolve in those three areas, and currently we work a lot in this environment area. So this is what we try. And one of the strategies that we apply is we try to build the Internet of Nature. So the Internet of Nature might be a complex or not known concept. We do it because we have defined certain problems. We think that we need to evolve into a species that really assumes that the planet is our home. So we need post-national identities instead of nation states. Then we think that scaling the overview effect is something very important. If you don't know the overview effect, there will be time to learn about this. And we think that we need to connect environmental learning with our economic system. So how do we think this can be done? It can be done if we break down the planet into its natural parts. These natural parts are called eco or bioregions. We think that we need to create a human scale entry point to connect to the planet. And we think that people should be rewarded if they grow their knowledge about nature. So what is this human scale entry part? Of course, in some parts of the world, in deserts or maybe on islands where you have little trees, trees are not so important, but for a lot of us, trees are very important. So this is why we start with trees in our work. The trees are the human scale entry point to our work. What we do here locally is that we map trees and then we connect them to a route. Those routes enable people to experience nature and get a better understanding of cities and landscapes. And because they get a better understanding of those cities and landscapes, they gradually, slowly grow a bioregional identity. And through bioregional identities, they become citizens of the planet. So whoever of you works maybe in ecology or biology might have heard of bioregions. Those are natural territories made up of the same fauna and flora. Okay, so let's continue. Why do we think that trees are so important? Because trees are keystone species. And we as humans, we are tree dependent. If there are no more trees, we cannot survive. So that's why we have put at the focus of our work, mapping trees and protecting trees. What we have developed is a mobile web app. So it's both available in a desktop version and as a mobile version. And the functionality that we have been developing during the last few months is basically focused on trees. What we can do now is we can map trees. We can chat about those trees. We can protect them if we bring anything to the attention of authorities or other people that happens with those trees. And of course, we can learn about the trees. And our aim is that with this tool, that we create the Internet of Nature. So you know that the internet has started as an internet of people, a social network, then we had an internet of services and an internet of things. And what we work on right now is the Internet of Nature. Okay, having said this, I'm handing over to Lucas, and he shows you what we have new today. This is what we show you today, Mapping Tool 2.0, community posts, edit and delete posts, impact points and post notifications, and the German translation of the English version.
All right, so quite a list again. Let's start with the mapping tool. So that was the biggest improvement that we managed to pull off this month. And let me share my screen and let's get started. So, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So you might notice that you can see a mobile phone view on my screen, and that is because the first thing that we're going to be talking about, the mapping tool, is a mobile-only feature. It's the first feature that is only available only on one type of device on the Arc. So what was the reason why we started to develop this? What does it do, mapping tool? As Knut said, what we ask people to do to grow other people's bioregional identity is to map trees in the outdoors. So in here in St. Pölten, the Nature Guide team has mapped something like 300 trees already, or even more, right? And as we were starting to develop this functionality, this was quite a cumbersome thing to do, because you needed to combine multiple tools to bring the tree online. First, when you are in the outdoors, you have to use a rope to measure the tree. You have to take a note on the paper or in your phone. Then you need to run a map app. You need to wait until you have your location. Then you save a location in your map software. Then you take pictures and take some additional notes about the tree. So the aim was to simplify this process of mapping a new tree, of adding a new tree into the database, so that only one tool is necessary. So in case you are already familiar with the Arc, you can see that there is a new icon on the top right corner, which looks like when you are aiming at something. So we want to point at the tree in the environment, then map it down. So this is the mapping tool. If you click on it, it's there visible always on the top of the screen. You get this simple interface with which you can take a note about a new tree that you have encountered in the outside. So what we can see in here is a name of the tree. By default, there is the time of the measurement so that you have a reference in time when you took this mapping, but you can also change it. So I'm going to add a tree that the nature guides have encountered today. Did you think about a name, or is there just the code?
I would give you the code for now. We found it today, and it's a Salix.
Okay, so the code.
The VS
Okay, VS
01.
01. So you see now our nature guides have a coding system, so that makes it kind of.
VS is because what in Vierhofensee.
Mhm.
All right. So first, metadata taken is the name. Mostly, I would probably go just with the date. Then the second thing that I need to enter, or that I can enter in here. Sorry, not this. Is the species. So I'm going to create the species. And what was it?
The Salix alba,
Salix.
a silver willow.
Yeah, silver willow. All right. So you can notice that all of these fields are voluntary fields. So if you don't know the species, then you can maybe use the notes. Like I think it is Salix alba. Small a, I guess.
Yeah.
But I am not 100% sure. And this is any kind of notes that you would like to take while mapping. Good. Then the second important thing is the location. So this I cannot really demonstrate that well in here where I'm in the office. So this takes the location of the device. So this is quite close to our office. This is location coming from my laptop. But if you are in the outdoors, of course, this is going to be your location. And then you can just use the button of use my current location to drop the pin there. Otherwise, you can tap anywhere on the screen to select the location. So I'm just going to go to Vierhofensee. It's quite nearby. Is this too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on the bigger one.
Okay. I'm just going to put the random location. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't go out with them. All right. And as I save, the GPS coordinates of the place are inserted. Then the girth
Was 280.
280 centimeters. We have added a new thing that we want to collect, a new data, new kind of data, which is surface ceiling. I know that this is probably not that well known. What does this mean? So this number is a percentage of the ground which is covered by material that doesn't let water go through. So most usually concrete or asphalt. And why we collect this information is that it is a necessary information in some of the formulas that we are getting, mostly from TU Munich nowadays, through the new cooperation, to calculate the cooling power of a tree. Because as the tree gets water from the root system and this water evaporates through the leaves, it is cooling down the environment naturally. So as you can imagine, if the surface is sealed, there is not so much water that can reach the roots, and the cooling power of the tree is much less. So
it was 0%.
there was no surface
no,
ceiling.
it was wide.
All right.
Should we just add this additional information? We do the mapping of the trees also because we want to make it very easy for average people to calculate ecosystem services that trees provide. So this is a very important functionality. Yeah.
Good. Then the last thing that you can enter in here are the images. So if you're on the phone and you tap on the image icon, you will get a choice to either take a new picture with your camera or select pictures from your gallery. So I have some mapping pics ready in here that were taken today. So I'm adding them in. And yeah, so this is it. So imagine I'm doing all of this outdoors. So we are basically trying to ask the minimum information that you really need to take outdoors, not so you don't have to switch between different apps, type a lot of text, and think about what did I remember or what did I forget. This is how we prepared the interface.
Also, when it's very unpleasant outdoors, no? I mean, today it was very cold. In Algeria, it might be sometimes very hot when you are outdoors. So you wanna get your stuff done quickly.
Exactly. All right. So I'm saving. I'm on my 4G. So just wait until the images are uploaded. And now I'm in the list of my mappings. So my saved mappings, in where I can see all the entries that I made today. And I can see that I can find those entries in the specimen section inside of my commons. So this is basically telling me, after you get back home, go to your computer or any device that you like, open your commons page and finish the creation process. So let's have a look how this looks like. I have another tab ready in here. My commons is Sampolten. So I'm going to go to specimens and I need to refresh because I just added it. And my drafts now have one item, which is the item that I have just mapped now. And I can enter and I can finish editing all the information. I can research about the species, write about nature. I can write down the stories that I heard about this tree into culture. And afterwards, I submit it for review. And then it can be published. You can notice that in here, it says that it's a mapping draft. So as soon as I edit the specimen, it will disappear from my mapping tool. So this is the way that we make sure that your mapping tool is not getting clogged with all the things that you have ever logged. Yeah, so that's it for the mapping tool, I would say.
Yeah, I think for those who are new, if you look here at this specimen, it's just a tree. I see that the connection is bad, Valentin says, so we have bad internet connection. Maybe we just move forward then.
Yeah, I can move your phone a bit in different position, and
My phone?
because you have internet from your phone, right?
Okay.
And I'm using my own internet.
Yeah. Yeah, how is it now, Valentin? Are we better?
So I'm actually trying to connect to 5G now.
No, it didn't work for me.
Really?
Hans is speaking and we can't do anything.
Because Knut is trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, it will not work. Just keep using the hotspot.
Hans, hello?
No, you are frozen.
I saw I see Lucas' lips moving. So, but the thing is like you're in mute. Maybe it was on Knut's computer. I don't know. I don't know which one is.
Better now?
It's somehow better, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then
Okay.
hopefully it's good enough.
So maybe we just wrap up. This was the first part that we wanted to present you. So to summarize, in the past, when we mapped trees, it was quite a complicated process. And we wanted to simplify all this so that you can go outdoors with your mobile phone and easily map trees. The reason why we want to do it is we have this idea of bringing national parks into the city and making it a bottom-up experience to connect with nature. And in order to do this, you need to have a very democratic tool. And this is basically what this is about. You can map, protect, discuss, and learn about old trees. And here where we are, this is very important because a lot of trees are being cut down, and this is threatening our survival. It's the first draft, but we tried it today and it works well. There are still some things that we need to sort out, but you can start to use it.
Can it easily be integrated into a route?
Into a route? So,
A route.
yeah, when you map a couple of trees and you have them in your mapping tool and somebody else is reviewing your new entries, then they appear as specimens. Maybe Lucas can show just what we have done in St. Pölten, show the commons. And what we did today is we had an existing route without trees. Yeah, it was a route that we actually use for birding because we have a birding hotspot. And we added 5 trees, I think, to this route. And it's very, very easy to do. Yeah.
Cool.
So, I mean, Lucas can show St. Pölten maybe. And then you see that we have 31 routes there and the number of the trees that we have mapped so far.
Yeah. So as soon as you map the tree and submit it, it becomes a specimen in here. And then as you are creating an activity or creating a best practice, you can attach those specimens to the activity, and then it becomes a route, and people can collect those trees when they do the walk with you, right? So it's exactly for that. As you map the trees, they get reviewed by a mentor, then they are published. Then other people can, of course, edit those trees in a Wikipedia style, and people can create activities and best practices out of those trees. So let me show you, I don't know, this first one that we have in here. The trees are then shown in the pedagogy section, in the specimens along the route, and are then brought as collectibles into people's profiles.
Okay, nicely integrated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gabriela, you just asked if a rope is needed. I mean, you can, of course, also use a more professional tool like a measuring tape, but we thought a rope is the easiest thing. Everybody finds a rope somewhere. So we have very simple 6-meter long ropes. We have marked them every meter. So we know, if you measure a tree, it's approximately 250 or 320. And that's how we do our measurements. It's very, very simple.
Okay,
and
thank you.
The surface ceiling is also, it's just an estimation. It's an estimation that the scientists require. So otherwise the formulas don't work to calculate ecosystem services. But it's also easy to be done.
Right. So I guess I will move on to the posts. Right.
Yeah.
Unless there is any other questions about the mapping.
I've got a question for your roadmap. In order to save server costs and in order to speed up loading for people who have a slow internet, are you planning to include a library which is going to downsize large images? Because new cameras, they produce images more than 10 megabytes in size, and that can pile up to be very large data.
Indeed, yeah, it's on the task list because then, of course, those images are also very slow to load. So it is one of the next things that we're going to be doing.
Okay.
Good thought.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is really the solution. So this entire project is about decentralization. No, we don't want to own this project. We want people to really develop it together, like Wikipedia. And I think another alternative would be that local information of local commons or local bioregions is actually rather decentralized, stored wherever people are. I don't know, like a Fediverse.
Yeah, like
Maybe there are
IPFS or things like that.
Yeah, maybe there are actually different ways which do not require to compress pictures or store them on our server.
Yeah, there are many possibilities. The way that we do it right now is, of course, the easiest way that this can be done, and decentralized projects are taking off quite a bit recently, be it federated like Mastodon or even blockchain projects. So there are many ways that we could go with this.
Mhm. So just linking it to another instance instead of uploading it.
Exactly, could be one of the options.
Okay, so the second big part that we want to introduce is an update of the social features. We have built the Arc as a learning platform, but it is also intended to work as a social network. So it connects people, not only nature, but people and people with nature. So the idea here is, and let me share again my screen. The idea is that we discuss what really matters, no? Not like on Facebook or some other social media or Twitter where people discuss what, I don't know, what suit Mr. Trump wears, which is not really relevant for us. We want to discuss what matters. And so traditional social media is connecting people only. And our idea is that we are connected through nature or with nature. So this is the basic idea. We have started to develop about a year ago this concept of people can connect to the bioregion and protect it. These people we call guardians. No, guardians are just people that are a little bit more interested in nature and want to contribute to protect it. Maybe they are not conservation scientists, ecologists, but people that care about the neighborhood. They think they need to do something and they want to do something. So could be also a teacher, an environmental activist, has an above average understanding of the climate crisis and how important it is that the nature stays sound. And they look for a productive vehicle to protect the environment and contribute to the solution. And they want to use a tool that is similar like Wikipedia, crowdsourced, and enables people to build a global commons. And they also want to have a stake in the organization. Yeah, so this is it. This is our stuff. And this is why we say that people have always different roles on every social medium that you use. This is something that I found a while ago. On Twitter, everybody's angry. On Facebook, everybody's happy. On LinkedIn, everybody's successful. On Instagram, artistic. On WhatsApp, jobless. On Tinder, single. But on the Arc, we are guardians of the planet. So Lucas is showing us a couple of new social features.
Okay, so I'm sharing again. Good. So I hope the connection is better now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Great. So for those of you who have been with us the last few times, you remember that we have introduced the concept of posts that might be familiar to you from other social media. So every user can share pieces of information together with location and pictures in the commons, right? So we intended this to be the communication vehicle for the guardians who are taking together care of piece of land. So like multiple communities inside of a small town, for example. Yeah. So this is really a location-specific communication in here. The commons. What we have added this month are the posts inside of communities. So you might know that if you want to do any kind of activity on the Arc other than just participating in events, you need to create or be part of a community. So these are all the communities that we already have on the Arc. And until now, there was no good way for the community to communicate with its participants, with its members. So that's why we brought the posts feature also into the community profiles. So from now on, it is possible to share things inside of the communities and therefore communicate, promote your content to your members or share information among your team. With this, it's easier to have everything in one place and structured. So I'm going to just quickly create one post that Gloria wanted to share today. So it's going to be in my name because I'm going to be showing. So I'm going to start just with text that Gloria gave to me. And it's about the Big Friendly Giants walk that they had today. We can set the visibility level, so the posts can be public, which means anyone on the Arc, all random visitors and users can see the post. It can be for members only, which is only for the members of the community who have been approved by you previously, or it can be only for the team, only for the mentors and facilitators of the community, which is perfect for internal communication. So we're going to leave this one public, and I also have a bunch of pictures for it. So I'm going to select them from downloads, I think, post pics. Oops, and this one, post pics. Is it these four, right? 5. All right. So pictures from the walk that we would like to share with everyone. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to post them. And here they are. What is new also this time is that if you have posted by mistake too early, you need to edit something, or you have completely posted something in the wrong place, on the top right menu is context menu, in which you can either edit or delete the post, and then it comes into the same interface. Yeah, so
I just like your post, by the way.
Awesome.
Your one.
Yeah, so you might notice that what is missing in here is the location, and that's just we didn't manage to add it until this call. So as we really want people to talk about things in the physical world, it will also be possible, just as it is in the Commons, to be to attach a location inside of in here, so that there is a map which is directly showing you the place this post is talking about.
Yeah, so maybe you quickly move to the Commons and show a post that we did in the past. The idea here is, of course, that we really work as guardians and bring it to the attention of others that things happen like this. This happened a few days ago here in the neighborhood. 12 old trees were being raised, logged, and I mean, you can take pictures and then immediately attach a location to it. So here in the Commons, it's necessary to really post with location.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it about the posts. I'm looking forward to see some.
I think that's it, yeah, for the new features. What more we have, I mean, maybe you quickly showed this also here in the language settings before you already closed. So we have currently a couple of languages. The development language of the Arc is obviously English, but if you go here in the language settings, you see that we have a couple of languages where we have basic translations. Amongst them is also French. I realize we have not the Arabic. Where is it?
Yeah, it's only on the landing page for now.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, translation is of course work in progress, but we have a couple of languages implemented here. translations are not always complete. So the last few days we worked on a better German translation. And if you're interested to work with the tool, with the app, then you're of course also welcome to send us your feedback if you feel that translations are missing.
Italian.
Yeah, so as we have Italians and German speakers in the team, and these are the two languages that have the most coverage besides English. So if you're interested to help out, definitely get in touch.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is it about the new functionalities. I don't know if you have any questions in regard to this. If you want to start to map trees and just try out this new feature, then get in touch with us. We help you to set up a commons, so a space that you want to protect, and then you are ready to go.
Right. Yeah. Also, one more thing that you're going to see after the call, there is a new notification after participating in any activity and receiving impact points, which are the points that you get for 1 hour. You get 10 of them, and it's a way to positively motivate your participants for participation in activities. Yeah, you will get a notification about them, so that you can have your participants more engaged and come back to check out whatever is happening on the ARC and watch their learning progress.
Okay. Any questions? If not, I will just proceed with our slide deck. Nothing on your mind? Then I'm just opening the floor. We have this this departure round where everybody can get a go and share what you took away from this call. If you think that it is something that you can use in your environment, in your organization, or what you think would be helpful to make it usable, or what you think might be an obstacle to use it, since we are in this process of always bringing in new ideas. This is of course very helpful for us. So how was the meeting for you, Gabriela? You want to go as first again?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So first of all, it was interesting because I had the possibility of seeing some faces, because I knew Gloria with a lot of patients teaching me how to start with the web page. So thank you again, and I'm glad to see all the others. And I'm looking forward to start the mapping in my city and see how does it work. I'm kind of confused about recognizing the trees because I'm not a biologist, so I may ask you many questions, but I'm positive you'll be there. So we'll see what happens. Looking forward, but it was useful, and I'm glad there is this monthly meeting actually. So thank you.
Yeah, I have the same problem.
Should I call the other person next to me or?
Yeah, go.
Okay, I see now Hans Martin.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very interesting for me to see how this additional functionality becomes more and more solid. So it's not just alpha, it's really deep into beta and ready for the wider world to discover and use. And I think it's another great step forward by the development team. And thank you very much for all of this. And I would like to give further to Valentin.
All right, thank you, Hans. Yeah, a big thank you to the development team, Lucas and Sonia. You have done an amazing work bringing all my designs to life. So yeah, big congrats to you guys. And yeah, Amine et Belkad, je switch en français. On pourra se faire un call un peu plus tard, du coup lundi ou mardi, pour échanger et voir comment est-ce que on pourra faire ça. On pourra créer une coopération entre Green Steps et l'Arima, voir comment l'ARC peut s'adapter aux besoins de l'Arima. Mais voilà. Et yeah, it was a great, great call. It was super nice to see many faces today. You know, I pass it on to Laila.
Well, as this was my first day, yeah, I liked it. I think it's a really cool tool that was added, and it works pretty well. And I also look forward to start using it and doing all the routes. I will pass it on to Youssef.
Yeah, pretty interesting, cool, and in particular, I really think the mapping tool is a really good way to integrate better all the mapping process with the app. So really to the development team, you did really a good job, and also to all the others that contributed to the code and to the creation of the code. And I pass it to Gloria.
Hello, thank you, Youssef. So I'm actually very happy to see those new faces participating to our call and that are interested in our project. And to say, yeah, so thank you, Gabriel, actually to participate today and to be interested in what we do and to create your comments. And it was very nice for me to follow you, what you're doing. And actually there are apps online also to recognize trees to make it a bit easier. Like, of course, you might need maybe to know some more expert for some really tricky trees, but the most common trees can be recognized easily by those apps like PictureVis. I will probably send you a link also once you're ready for this. And yeah, and I have to say, this morning I used already the mapping tool, and it was quite fun, and it did speed up like the process of creating specimens. So thank you, Lucas and Sonia, for creating this. And yeah, let's see what's gonna happen next month. So who has to talk? Maybe Amin, if he understood.
Oui, tu veux dire quelques mots? Mais d'abord, il faut te unmute, il faut réactiver le micro.
Bon, je vous remercie infiniment, le groupe, le meeting et tous les membres. On est très heureux, le groupe de l'Arima, aujourd'hui, avec notre présence. Et on espère coopérer, c'est-à-dire rapidement avec vous et démarrer déjà avec la base de données, ce projet rapidement pour partager les données avec l'ARC. Et bien sûr, on a Belka avec nous qui va nous aider à travers les communications en anglais et tout. On est toujours en ligne avec eux. Et tout le monde vous passe le bonjour et merci beaucoup, Valentin.
Yeah, so maybe Belle, can you just take over? So then your statements are connected.
Or I was trying to quickly translate what Amir said. He said he's thankful for all of the efforts that are done through this meeting. And thinking toward like talking now about this is my first time meeting with you guys. Nice to see everyone. And this has been very informative. I like it. I can't wait this mapping tools around here in Cadiz, since we have so many nature, there's so much nature around. And yeah, looking forward to the next meeting next month, hopefully. Thank you so much. I would like to pass down to Lucas.
Thanks. Yeah, so super cool. Thanks for participating, everyone. I hope that you understood something. Our Wi-Fi stopped working just like a minute before 5. It's quite strange, but we made it. And as always, be in touch with us on any channel. We've got the Telegram channel, probably most convenient. Other than that, email or Matrix. And yeah, we are very happy to get feedback from you or any kind of thoughts. And yeah, I pass it to Sonia.
Okay, I'm really happy to hear some French again because I was in holiday in France for 3 weeks. So it's great to hear some more French. And I really like what we did with the new function. It's like second full package of new function I worked on. So I was a little bit nervous during the call, but it all went well. So I'm looking forward to give it more improvement. Yeah. So I guess I am the last one.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
the last one. Yeah, so since Belle's mentioned IUCN in the beginning, I think I wanna circle back to this. We have been in touch last year quite a bit. I have been in touch last year quite a bit with a professor working at a university that collaborates together with IUCN, and they have a chair, IUCN chair, at this university. It's located in the south of Austria in the Alps, and they educate national park rangers, amongst other things. And he gave us a very interesting feedback that we've been thinking about quite a bit, is what about bioregions where trees are not so important? I myself lived for quite a long time in Shanghai, where trees are not so important. Actually, the wetlands have more functions there in terms of ecosystem services. So when you live there and you want to protect the environment, you need to protect the wetlands, maybe even more than the trees. And so as an outlook to our work, we have started with the trees, but we will definitely also integrate other natural features, for example, wetlands, swamps, that are important to be protected and that can be mapped by an average citizen. So that's a midterm outlook, but I think this is really necessary to mention. That was it from my side. I think it was again a tremendous progress that we did. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everybody. I mean, it's teamwork here. Thank you, Valentin. And thank you all for joining. I'm showing you the last slide. I think you see it already, no?
Oh, yeah, we see it right now. Yeah.
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 Come on. I would never have guessed.
Yeah.
Flower. The female.
It's the female flower of the common hazel, and it is the first flowering plant in this ecoregion after winter. So it is actually still winter, but both the male flower and the female flower are flowering. And if you follow this link, then you actually see the entry on the ARC. I think I need to reshare for this probably. But if you follow the link, we have also created the species on the ARC. And this is what we do with every new species that we encounter outdoors. Yeah, that was it. Our next call is on the 15th of March. And you're very welcome to join again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Bye.
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 Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you very much.